And now everybody can roll for the destiny pool.
Which is D100.
You should have still the click there. You
Oh,
will need a D100 for your obligation. Look at that, feeling light side today.
Okay, so we're not going to try to torture people.
The obligation is not obligatory this time. And then, yeah, let's go do the opening crawl.
Yeah.
It cut off a little bit. And so that's where we are now, just outside of Horchota Breeze Mechanic Shop.
Do we want to head directly outside of the city? Try to figure out if we could find out about these Jedi sympathizers?
Yes.
The officer called them Padawannabes, and they're rounded up and currently in the Imperial stronghold in the Seraphine Quarter.
Maybe we should find these other rebels that might be.
I thought we were going, like, yeah, the mines.
Yeah, let's go. Why don't we get, possibly some allies? We think about storming a place.
Mm-hmm.
So all you have, as far as news where the entrance is that it's somewhere on the glacial side of Cryoport, hidden in the snow.
Here we go.
So how would you go about this?
When you say glacial side, do you mean like on the water side? Like on
the water side.
Okay. Okay. Trying to think about how best to go about approaching that.
I mean, isn't it against the wall? Isn't the cave entrance or the mine entrance like under the wall? Not necessarily under the wall, but like if we were to walk along the wall, we might be able to find it.
It would be worth trying. Like, you don't know if it's exactly against the wall, but it's outside of the wall at least.
Okay.
And does there tend to be a bunch of security posts like along the wall, or is it just like mostly at the checkpoints and then the walls are huge?
Mostly they seem to be at the gates into and out of, and not all the way along. You did hear that there are some people who just survive on the outside of Cryoport, and then due to the rampant pollution caused by the Imperial incursion, they seem to have gone a little bit stir crazy.
Okay.
Honestly, I think that is probably our best bet.
Mm-hmm.
I can agree. I'm just a little nervous about like the more times we enter and exit, the more times we risk
Well,
like getting caught, you know?
well, why don't we know we need to at least exit once?
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and exit, and then if we so deem we need to enter in again, we can risk it one more time. And honestly, if we risk it one more time, we're probably going to be fleeing anyway. So
Probably.
They're probably not going to check you on the way out unless you're going towards like the train terminals, someplace where the Empire has a strong grasp already.
Okay. Okay, then yeah, let's guess we'll head for the outskirts and then start
Yeah.
working our way around.
grab our speeders.
Yep.
All right, so you're going out on the Mirage Spring side.
Whatever the closest. Well, we had to go out that one side because Chi'ya had left her speeder outside.
No,
No, they were toting it.
Oh, yeah.
So honestly, I'll probably just take it and we'll leave one at a time.
Yeah. And I mean, really, whatever the quickest exit is, that's probably what I would suggest.
That'd be
There
Mirage
are-
Spring side. The other
Well, there-
option would be to go through the Glacial Quarter, which you haven't been to yet, but the fastest side would be the same place you came in through.
Are there checkpoints between the different quarters, or is it just on the exterior?
Only towards the train terminals are there additional checkpoints, and
No,
there
let's
is
go
the
to the feature
possibility of random stops, but that those would be more
Like
infrequent.
Pulled over, like in real life,
Yeah.
kind of things. Yeah, it might be smarter to go out a different exit.
Yeah, let's go at the Glacial.
Mm-hmm. Where do you have the bike?
But yeah, we'll go out Glacial, I guess.
Let's go pull up this map. It is a more industrialized section than the Mirage Springs quarters were. You can see that there are multiple routes in and out. Some of them lead to businesses, hotels, luxuries. There's also the large docks. And so really the exit here would typically be through the public docks.
Okay.
It's probably where go ahead and go then.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't you say the like water purification plant was in this quarter too?
They have a cryolab where that's where they refine the ice, but the waterworks are in the Sunstone quarter.
Okay, never mind then. Just gonna swing by and take a look at that if we were here, but never mind. But yeah, I guess we'll just keep making our way out, like through whatever route makes the most sense.
Sure, and yeah, the streets don't seem very busy, but you can hear the bustle of the coast, which we'll go into now.
Okay, I'm gonna be right back. If for any reason anybody wants me to make a roll, feel free to just make that roll for me.
Mm-hmm.
I will still be able to hear everything that's going on, so if something really important happens, I'll let you know. But
Okay.
And so here you come onto not really the outskirts, but the public dock area. There is a small amount of Imperial presence here, but it moreover seems to be protected by private security. It is a mercantile district, so you see people hawking their wares on these different docks. To the north, it appears to be more polluted and warmer, while to the south, it appears to be colder and also has a protected domed area, which you can identify as the luxury dock.
Okay.
I'm still planning on leaving, like, not altogether.
As a point of just physics that I feel like at the very least my character would know, can these speeders go over water and retain their same like hovering pipe?
I'm under the impression any hover vehicles can travel over water, but when they stop, there might be some issues.
Okay, so more of a if you're going to be on water, keep moving
Yeah.
kind of deal. Okay.
Flash concept.
Okay. Does there seem to be like other speeders and things like moving throughout here?
No, these are mostly actual like wooden boats, a couple more fancy things, but in the public docks it is a poorer area where they're mostly selling food and common gear.
Okay. All right. Do we want to just go ahead and kind of take to the water? Would that be looked at as like insane? I guess I'm trying to judge the like craziness of.
It would probably not insane, maybe a little bit showboaty, but not really crazy.
How about I go on the water and y'all go normally, so as like a distraction if somebody's gonna look at something.
Well, do we have to take to the water, or is there a route that just like hugs the wall from here?
The route from here goes north, and that can go to Vessum proper. But the route to the south is blocked by the luxury docks, which have additional security.
Okay, and we'd want to go to the south, right? If we're trying to get where we're trying to go.
You could assume, since you were told that the mines are hidden by snow, yeah, that probably the southern, more cold regions will have a better bet.
Okay, so we'll probably have to take to the water unless we want to drive all the way around Cryoport, which doesn't really seem... Okay, I guess Nier would just kind of like pull his like scarf and hood up to where it kind of would cover his face a bit more. And probably kind of gesture for the others to conceal their identities a bit more.
It seems like you're
Best I can.
splitting up.
Yeah.
To navigate these waters at a speed that won't cause you to sink will require a piloting check against 2 difficulty. That way you're not hitting into anybody and you're not sinking at the same time.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so
And
Nier
I'm taking
passes.
I'm driving the actual speeder. So, just to clarify.
We get it. You get the big truck.
Chi'ya also succeeds, and you guys have a bunch of advantages. I don't know if you need to recover any strain or you want to start building up your boosts.
Let me look.
Yeah, we haven't slept since all that happened, have we?
You have not.
How is it looking as far as like time of day and stuff?
It's the late afternoon right now.
Okay. I think I'm gonna use all of my advantages to recover strain. That'll drop me down to 1 strain. Because it's 1 advantage per strain, right?
Correct.
Okay.
I can get rid of my 1 strain, then, and the rest do whatever with.
I guess it would be 1 to the next actor and then 1 to the pool.
Okay.
So we can give Alex that 1 boost for his roll.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back. Would you like to roll piloting against 2 difficulty? You also get a boost.
Well, it doesn't seem like I have an option, so I'll just do it anyway. Let's see. Piloting. And I get a boost.
A boost. One of your allies helped clear the way just by doing the piloting first. And so, yeah, you all managed to navigate through the glacial coast. And then we'll put you out into the waters. This is not to scale.
I hope not. What is this? A planet for ants? Yeah, the movie's so.
Classic. All right, so it sounded like you guys wanted to just like go along the wall.
Pretty much until we get to that like snowy area and then start looking around more.
This is going to be a vigilance against 3 difficulty and 2 setback. It is well hidden, and it's vigilance because you're while both maintaining your piloting, it's kind of got you distracted. So it's more than just looking around.
Okay, so vigilance with how many difficulty?
3 difficulty, 2 setback.
And have we seen any of the people out and about? The crazy one?
This will be a part of that roll.
Okay.
You said 2 difficulty, 3 setback?
No, 3 difficulty, 2 set.
Oh, okay, sorry. It's not gonna make a difference for me.
Yeah, it's gonna be a rough time for me. Oh! Yeah, triumph though. Oh shit, I succeeded! And got
Yeah, you did. I was like, why are you saying oh?
What do you want to spend that advantage on?
Honestly, I'm gonna let me see what my strain's at. I'm gonna reduce my strain by 1.
Very good. So, with the triumph, I'm going to say that your characters do all see these kind of igloos in this partially snowy, partially ashy areas along the coast. There are a bunch of rugged-looking men and women just getting by in this area. With the success, your character can identify that these must be the survivors. With the triumph, it looks like they're not in a bad mood at the moment.
That's nice.
When you say survivors, what this is the like radiation afflicted, or not radiation?
Yeah, just like pollution in general.
Pollution afflicted. Okay.
Because this is not all just snow around them. It is a mixture of different compounds as well.
Yeah.
Like radioactive ash.
I mean, we could maybe pull up and ask them.
You do that.
You know.
Oh god.
And we're looking for a mine shaft, right?
Yeah.
Like that's what it is? Okay. Just wanted to make sure I had my fix, right? Do we want to ask them, or do we want to just keep driving around and looking?
I say we ask. The chances of me succeeding again are fairly slim.
Yeah, just ask.
Okay.
That's why I'm over here, so that I'm not the one asking.
Yeah, I'll pull up then. Is this just the first available guy here?
Be
on
Yeah. You see a rhetorical survivor.
Okay, I'll just pull up close enough to where I can talk to him then. Say, good afternoon, sir. How are you doing?
He massage up and down and says, pretty cold, pretty hungry. Which brings you over here? You had to escape the Empire or something?
Well, we're looking for something. We heard there was like an old mine shaft out here somewhere. A buddy of ours asked us to look for it. We're just trying to find out. Does that ring any bells for you?
Not for me, but maybe if you wanted to go to the larger hut, maybe someone there would know something.
Okay. Is there anybody there I should be looking for specifically?
Whoever's talking the most probably has the most to say.
God damn.
Fair enough. Okay, then I'll kind of just like park my speeder on the dock, like at the dock here, and hop out and I'll be like, does one of you guys want to watch the speeder?
Yeah.
I will.
I think probably both of us will.
We'll watch the speeder.
Neither of us are good at talking.
It's like I can talk, but it's not in that way.
I can scare somebody.
Yeah.
And lie to them.
So you said that this guy looked like really hungry, right?
Yeah, all of the people you're seeing, they all seem worse for wear.
Okay, I'll toss him a ration pack.
Hmm.
And
I see you're very
Shoot,
welcome
go.
to stay. If you need a block of ice to lay your head down, feel free to come by.
I appreciate it. I'll just start heading up this way.
No.
And then Theros and Chi'ya can see this man look around himself, then unwrap the ration and greedily start chewing it very thoroughly and taking dry bites.
Okay.
There appears to be around this fire one survivor dominating the conversation amongst the other three, talking about the mine crabs that he has ran into recently.
Mine crabs?
Mine crabs, like crabs that you'd find in a mine.
Okay, I just want to make sure that wasn't a D at the end.
Yeah,
Alright. The mind
No.
crabs.
Or some like explosive mine droid or something.
I'm more worried about mind crabs now. Actually,
But,
so much.
It's the domineering one to the left of the group.
Okay. And I'll just kind of come walking up and I'll say, "Afternoon, gentlemen."
Hey there, outsider. Looks like you've caught a cold as he looks up your blue skin.
Maybe a little more than that. So listen, my friends and I were just passing by, and we're looking for something. Thought maybe you guys might be able to help us out.
Ain't much out here unless you're looking for a hard time.
Yeah, I can imagine. We're actually looking for a mine shaft of some kind. A buddy of ours told us to keep an eye out for it, and I overheard you saying something about mine crabs. Do you happen to know where that might be?
Oh yeah, they come in and out of the waterways sometimes, but I reckon that there's a bit of a cliff further west and a little bit north of here, more inland. Not quite on the wall, maybe a couple kilometers south of it. What you looking for over there? You a prospector?
1 second,
Yes.
sorry, just take a note. Okay, sorry. Well, potentially, just trying to see, how we can kind of make things better outside of the wall. Unfortunately, that takes funding. And you got to have production for funding. So, just seeing, if there's something that can be made of that sort of option.
This is part of that Cryoport land grab, because we don't take kindly to people claiming these parts. They're really for free for all.
Definitely not. No, I am not exactly a fan of the Empire and how they tend to do business. I'm more of a freelance opportunist.
Homeless man.
I see. Well, yeah, if you just go, like I said, a few kilometers northwest of here, you'll probably be able to spot something. It's a bit over a crevasse, but not all the way down. You could probably take your bikes there, but there could be a part, unless you go all the way around, you may need to go on foot.
Okay, I appreciate the heads up.
I only found the mine crabs on the water side, which we believe is where the mine used to put their sluice out into the rivers.
Okay. How big are these crabs?
Most of them, probably about an armful, but I swear, I saw one the size of an ATST.
Holy shit.
No.
Well, yeah, we've got some means of defending ourselves, but I don't know about something crazy like that. All right, well, we'll definitely be careful then. Here, and I'll give them 2 more ration packs. I'll just kind of give to the group. I was like, I wish I had more to give you right now, but I appreciate your assistance, and we'll get out of your hair.
Well, hey, yeah, I'm always happy to have a new ear to talk over. Thanks for the grub.
Of course. Y'all have a good day. and I'll just start kind of walking back out.
And
I
you
am
can
out
see
of food.
that one split the 2 ration packs into 4 pieces to share amongst their 3 friends.
How nice.
Cool.
Negative.
And I'll
He's
hop
alive.
back in the speeder and start taking off, and I'll relay all that information over the our comm link. You said so it was like there's a cliff to the like northwest, and then the entrance was like a little south of the wall.
Yeah, the issue being that from where you are right now, you'll need to find a way either through the waters where it's a little bit flatter, or how you see here, there are tiered cliffs, so it would be a difficult ride to get the speeders over that.
Okay.
Or you can take the long road around.
Well, what do you guys think? I'll relay all that information so that we can have a discussion as a team. Do we want to try to go in through the water? I don't really like the long road around idea, but we haven't had the best luck with climbing.
Oh,
But not to say that we couldn't do it.
I'm tempted to do the long way around so that we don't have to like be trying to stay afloat in the fucking water at the same time.
I agree.
So we can say it looks like people the consensus is long way around. It's about like 7:30 8 p.m. right now. By the time you finish the road, it is going to be closer to like 10 o'clock.
While we're driving, can I kind of look out for possibly a space for us to make camp or something?
Make
Like
a
if there's,
survival
like,
check against 2 difficulty.
Okay.
Am I able to assist?
Yeah, that would either be using your character's cunning or your character's survival, and like you take the better of your guys' 2 skill ranks or attribute.
My survival is yellow and 3 green.
Mine is just 3 green.
So since his full thing, I would say that you can just give him a boost then.
Okay.
Yeah, isn't there like a weird thing like if you're trained in something or not?
Mm.
That's a house rule I use sometimes,
Okay.
but because she's not trained at all, I'm just gonna like say that she does put in the effort. She'll give you a boost.
Okay. And you said 2 difficulty?
2 difficulty.
Yeah, I was hoping for a triumph.
Yeah, triumph. What do you want to spend that advantage on?
I'll just for whatever next roll we. I found the cave with a king-size bed and a couch for you guys.
Awesome.
And you come upon this snowy area, as described, a bit closer to the wall, but also further off. It is nighttime. That's why your
That's
characters
probably
probably can't
why.
see.
Mm.
Luckily, I have goggles.
For Nier and Chi'ya, if you right-click your token on the top left, you might be able to activate your torch.
I'm true.
Am I required to have a torch in order to do that?
We can say that you're using your lightsaber or some other means, like maybe even just like the headlights of your speeder.
Okay, yeah, we'll do the headlights. I'd rather not be just a
I'm
walking
not
lightsaber.
super good at code. There is a way to like set up the JSON file for this so that it uses different things, but I put a torch into your inventory so that you can do this. It's very common to have a light source in Star Wars.
Okay. Fair enough.
And so yeah, this seems like a nice place to camp. With his goggles, Theros can see that this is the top of a cliff, and there's some kind of crevasse to the southeast of here.
And from what I can see, look like there's any what would be good spots for us to camp in to somewhat protect us from the elements.
Where you are right now, like it's you got this nice flat rocky spot that has rocks around you to block out the wind, and otherwise that's basically it.
Okay. So it's not going to be the most comfortable in the world, but from what we have, this is the best.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
And we weren't. None of us were really like. Can we like look outside and make sure that there wasn't anybody following us?
You can make a perception check against 3 difficulty.
Can I assist with that?
You can make your own roll.
Oh, get a boost, Harrison. Or actually, that would be Chi'ya. She's the one who bursts. Roll another boost.
She said it first, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Oh,
But Theros, he gets a little bite of the chill. It's rough going from, the heat of Vessum, then to the temperate temperatures of Cryoport, and then now the surprising cool of the Glacial Ocean touching this mountain.
That,
And-
I'm just kind of wearing some armored clothes, like a little bit of a jacket, but not that much of one.
I would probably sleep in the speeder.
Yeah, and you guys don't think you were followed at all.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
I'd probably take some of the
I mean, there's a second seat in the speeder, and I have a portable survival shelter that somebody can use.
Yes, the shelter will help that third person. Just because you can sleep in the speeder, keep it running all night, and then the shelter will make it so that we don't need to make any survival rolls to not suffer from the elements.
Okay. Can I also, while we're all here, can I gather like some of the like fallen foliage and rocks? And I kind of want to try to build a little tiny campfire that doesn't like use the rocks to basically so the smoke doesn't billow out. That's what we
Yeah, you
also have.
can do that. And this isn't like foliage; it's more like moss.
Well, okay. So there's no like trees or anything like that.
No, there may be some trees in this background, but there's like Vessum is not a tree-filled planet.
Okay, that's fine. Well, with the type of moss, would it at least burn for a little bit, or would it basically just catch on fire and really go out?
Let's have a survival check against 2 difficulty. Your character can manage to dry it out a little bit and then make it catch fire.
Okay. And I will add a boost to the pool. And if anybody else decides to make a roll, I will just pass that on to the next. So yeah, I'll just kind of get all that moss together and then quickly turn on my lightsaber to light it on fire and then turn my lightsaber back off. Since we are out in the wilderness, I would also take the time to reconstruct the lightsabers.
Sure, so you have it at hand. It's no longer componentized.
Yep. Both of them are completely redone.
And so as you guys sleep, you can lower your stim pack count back down to 0 and make a resilience check. The stim pack counter is under the gear tab, yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm?
God, imagine passing a resilience check with no difficulty.
How does the wound recovery work?
That's what this resilience is for. And then just if your successes would heal you for that amount of wounds.
Oh, can I take that advantage from Chi'ya?
Yeah, I guess Chi'ya, I was like, or I guess now Nier will get a boost since nobody else used that must use boost, and you can take the boost from Chi'ya.
Can I use 2 boosts from the? How much health does everybody add, by the way?
I have 1 that I'm missing now.
What you was that? You healed 4, so you were at 5 before.
Yeah, I was at 5 before.
I'm at 3 wounds.
Okay, I'm at 7. Can I use 2 of the boosts from the pool?
Yes.
Okay.
So you get the free boost and then 2 more boosts used, or okay, so 3 total.
And I'm gonna take one of those free boosts right there.
Yeah, he just put 1 into the pool, and then 1 to you.
God, like I said, imagine really passing a check with no difficulty.
But you healed 1,
I did heal 1. I mean, it's only 2 wounds. It's whatever.
and Nier healed 3,
Yep. So I'm at 4 now.
and that also restored this back to 4 boost, and then 1 for the next person.
Okay. Oh no, I used the 1 for the next person.
But you had 3, which means you put 1 into the pool, and you could put 1 to the next person again.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And does anybody have any stim packs left?
I
Because I am fresh out.
I do not believe I.
Okay. Probably would have been smart to grab some of those while we were in town, but
I have stim packs.
how many do you have?
2.
2? Okay.
Let's save those for.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just trying to make
Y'all
sure.
need to get better at
do we need to consume
deflecting
any
shit.
ration packs?
Yeah, I think everybody should consume a ration.
Okay.
Can I have a ration pack from
Yes.
somebody? Thank
You'll have my last ration pack.
All right, we need to get more of those then too.
you gave all tears away.
Well, I have only used 2 in the entire time we've been here, so I was like, oh, we won't really need them much.
Yeah, but we're
And I could
fugitives now.
win some friends, so
It's fine.
The bonfire peters out in the morning as the Vesum sun comes overhead, and you all feel, actually, I'd say, surprisingly refreshed.
Nice.
Nice brisk morning.
Real quick, just a rules thing that I'm pretty sure I already know the answer to. But since I have armored clothing, I don't know if I can I wear my laminate on top of clothing?
I think there is some layering of armor. Let me look it up real fast. I could be mistaking this with Savage Worlds.
Like, it makes sense either way, so I was just trying to, confirm.
Alright, so you can wear multiple armors, but you only take the best of both of them. So if you're wearing like a 2 defense armor and a 1 soak armor, then you get the 2 defense and 1 soak. But if they're both 1 and 1, then you just get 1 and 1.
Okay.
oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Nice.
All right, well, are you ready to continue the long way around and head into the mines? As long as we can find them.
And to confirm, so the soak does not stack.
Yeah, the soak does not stack.
Okay. It's just telling me that it does in the... Not that it does. It just does in the character sheet. So I just have to remember my soak is on 4 and not 6.
Note.
I am not Chi'ya.
Let's have just the armored clothing on because it has the better of the stats.
Okay.
And
And
we'll
then
like
I'll just keep
flavor
track
wise,
of-
yeah, you'll have the lemon armor on top.
Yep.
It's crazy to think that armored clothing has better stats than.
It was modded out
Oh,
because it was Leland's armored clothing.
that's fair.
I was about to compare it to like, I don't know, like studded leather has surprisingly good stats in D&D.
And it is not a real thing.
I mean, yeah, any leather armor isn't a real thing.
Well,
So from the triumph that Theros got from the survival, you guys, like, maybe somebody does like a nighttime whiz over the cliff, and they notice that there is a mouth to some type of cave underneath where you are. But
we're just there.
the issue is that it would be either a difficult climb or a dangerous piloting check to just bring your ships down there.
Yeah.
Or another situation of making the long way around. The issue here being that you don't know the direct route. It's not really a mapped area, so it might be a lot of hit and miss for that.
We also have 3 light side tokens.
Okay.
Just say, because climbing is not our specialty.
I don't know. I think Nier is probably the best climber here right now, and then Chi'ya,
that's scary.
thanks to your enhanced power.
I don't think that helps his climbing.
Yeah, because it enhances his
Oh,
athletics.
Athletics, yeah, you're right. Okay.
Does it enhance athletics?
Yes, your first. Well, does it since he's committed it to his agility?
Probably
Like-
when he went to sleep, he uncommitted his force dice.
Okay. So. Or.
Would I be able to recommit it whenever we got to the bottom?
You could commit when you get to the bottom, or you could commit it as soon as you wake up.
Okay, I'll wait if we're considering climbing.
So let me ask, if let's say if we were to follow Nier with his piloting, right? What would that give us, since he is trained in piloting and the best out of all of us?
I'm not trained in piloting, actually.
So it would depend on his intentions. Like if he's taking the land speeder, maybe that could create some kind of path for the bikes, but the bikes wouldn't be able to help the land speeder or each other because they're just too light.
Oh yeah, well he would definitely be taking the land speeder.
Unless he gets to despair and then just going to ruin it for everybody.
How far is this drop?
I'm down for us to try.
About a 50-foot drop.
That's only 5d6 damage. Alright.
And why don't we climb? What did you do?
Because our athletics are all terrible.
There was in one of the temple sessions they had
in multiple sessions. In
yeah,
multiple sessions.
yeah, multiple sessions climbing out of a pit or climbing over some obstacles. It took a while.
It's really embarrassing, honestly. It's just
Yeah. Vox Machina has doors. We have just really any inclined surface.
Was it worse than when I went through a door trying to like magic leap at somebody, Harrison?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, but okay. So and I forget. Dangerous is 4 difficulty.
I was just saying dangerous on the account of like what you can expect. For the piloting check, I would say 2 challenge and 1 difficulty with a setback because of all the ice and shifting. If it was a climbing, it would be 2 challenge, 1 setback.
Okay, and if he were to succeed, then what would our checks be? In theory.
If it was just a success, then maybe he would garner some boosts that would be like flavorful for you guys. Otherwise, if he got a triumph, then I would just get rid of all those challenge. Or like I would downgrade them to the 3 difficulty instead of 2 challenge, 1 difficulty.
Okay, that's still rough. And also, I would imagine, unlike if we took athletics, there would be no breaks. 'Cause it's like, yeah, no, you're going down. Let's see here.
Well, why don't we give it a shot? We have 3 light side tokens that we can use if we need to try and re-roll things or come up with something.
Ration. I'm trying to see if I have anything else that might be of use. So. I don't suppose I could make a survival check to try to find the safest path down.
I think you could. This would probably be a 2 difficulty against 2 setback.
2 difficulty, 2 setback,
Yes.
and survival, right?
Correct.
Can we just like tie a rope to somebody and throw them?
And I get that. Oh wait, is that one boost that needed to be used in the next turn? Is that still applicable?
It's still applicable. I forget who made it, so let's just say to anybody. The snow is
God
just it's covering up all the paths. You can't say whether something is going to be a safer path or if it's secretly slick.
Okay. Well,
I'm gonna go ahead and commit my force die to agility, and I'm gonna start warming up the speeder.
okay.
It's probably still warm, right? You had it running all night.
It's out of gas.
Do we have gas?
I mean, I don't think that's how it works. So,
And that's what I'm wondering. Like, does it work on gas?
no, I think it works with powers. Like everything. Generic powers.
Okay.
Right. Alright, I guess we're doing this.
Okay.
Are piloting 2 challenge, 1 difficulty, 2 setback.
2 challenge, 1 difficulty, 2 setback, you said?
Yes.
Okay. And then
There's boost.
Yeah, how many boosts are you using?
I'm gonna use
All of them.
Well, no, 'cause we have to follow him.
I'm gonna use 2, if that's okay.
Yeah,
I'm trying to-
that's what I would suggest.
Can I
Okay,
just get on the back of this speeder?
I mean,
You could. There's no reason you could even be in the speeder, but you
Okay.
you
Oh.
would need some kind of check to hitch the speeder bike to the back of it.
Oh no! I'm just gonna
It's
be
just-
on his speeder.
Yeah, there's no reason you can't fit 2 people on 1 vehicle.
Yeah, let's just kind of
Okay.
conceal that
Yeah,
bike
we'll
the best
conceal
we
mine,
reasonably
and then
can.
I'll just get on with him.
Let's have this piloting roll first, and then we'll make the.
is there any way for me to also fit in that? But because I'm gonna be honest, Chi'ya, you have a better chance of passing this than me.
If there's a
Okay.
3rd person fitting on there, I think they'll need a coordination check just to like hold on, because it's a speeder built for 2.
Oh my god, I think my coordination's also terrible.
My coordination's decent. I'll make the coordination check. Alex got on first.
Oh, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
As of right now, he
It's-
is my man.
It's not
You can.
perfect, but it'll work. That's fine. It's
God, I
fine.
forget-
It's joint custody.
Not yet. Let's see. Okay, for some
What?
reason it won't let me off the goddamn bike.
It's fine. It's
Oh wait,
So
I know why.
yeah,
I know
right
why.
click the bike and dismount it.
Okay, if we're all fitting on here, I'm gonna just use all the boosts if that's okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's perfectly
Okay.
fine.
Do you want me to go ahead and do the coordination?
For some reason,
Or do you want the piloting check first?
I'll piloting first, and then depending on what your piloting check is, I'll give the difficulty.
Alright.
Like, so
and
why?
so this is going to be a real crazy idea I'm about to have.
Uh-huh.
Can I use force influence to boost his confidence?
So long as you get a light side, yes. Let's make a discipline check as a part of it with
Okay.
no difficulty. And like it would like potentially be a way if you get the light side and some advantage, then you could turn them into boost. It's like an excuse to get more boosts.
Okay. Let's see here. My discipline. Then I add a force die. No difficulty.
Yeah, you can give him another boost.
Sweet. Yeah, can I actually
Cool.
can I pass him 2 boosts? Because I'm
Yeah,
passing it directly on him.
Give him 2 more boosts.
This is gonna be a crazy ass roll.
It works.
That was a
Plus
good
Harrison.
creative use of the influence force power.
Alright, we ready for
You
this
feel
now?
great. You feel great about this, Nier.
I'm gonna do my best.
You.
Alright, I take the speeder careening off the side of the cliff
Oh god.
with far more confidence than I ever should.
Reroll.
Wow.
God.
You
Reroll. Flip the
really
force
need-
die.
gotta put that force down.
I've gotta flip that.
That's That's 10 advantages and 2 despairs. Holy shit.
We would die. Yeah, so let's re-roll that.
Been fun.
real quick.
It is a medium range fall, so it is 30 damage. But, you know, it's survivable.
Let's try it again.
Alright, so you fail, but you get a bunch of advantages. So, how I'm going to reckon is that now everybody needs to make a coordination check. Chi'ya's is going to be against 3 difficulty. The other 2, Nier and Theros, is going to be against 2 difficulty.
For coordination.
Coordination.
And we added 4 back to the pool.
You did, so you want to split that up right now?
I will take a boost, just so these idiots possibly don't kill me.
I will also take a boost because I'm not very coordinate. You said 2.
I'm fine.
Yeah, 2 difficulty. So Chi'ya succeeds, which means she downgrades it from a medium fall to a short fall. Chi'ya takes 10 damage, including soak. Theros fails, so it's going to be 30 damage to Theros.
Oh, can I flip a
What
light
do you
side?
mean including soak?
Can I take that 1 advantage as a boost?
Oh, I'm gonna flip.
Yes.
So I need to reroll again.
And you can reroll that.
Oh,
and
okay.
what was the question,
30
Eva?
damage.
What do you mean by including soak?
So, like, you would take 10 damage, and then your soak is 6, so you take 4 damage. That makes sense?
Okay, where do I find the soak?
Oh, your soak is 5. That's on your character sheet next to wounds, strain, then soak.
Whew. Okay.
Oh, okay. So I take. How much did you say?
5
I will
total.
pass that boost on to
Onto Nier.
Nier.
Okay.
It's the same thing with Heroes, 10 damage, then apply your soak. Nier, 10 damage, then apply your soak. And it looks like we have another boost in the pool. Unfortunately, your land speeder is wrecked.
I'll fix it later.
Fuck. Okay.
We're trying to find engineer dad, so it'll be okay.
I'm also basically an engineer. It's fine.
Like, when you say it's wrecked, like, is it a little messed up, or did it go careening off the cliff and we jumped?
That last one.
Oh shit.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. There's a bottom of every cliff. All right, we'll find it later.
It wasn't a despair, so it didn't like go flying, but like it's probably broken in half at your feet, like just behind you, a few, like 10 feet or so.
Okay.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's
Shut up.
honestly, it's fantastic. I love everything about what just happened. It's fine.
That was really fresh, honestly.
At least he was confident.
Nier,
Like, it was a
Nier
blues
is
brothers moment.
visibly depressed.
You know what you
Legs
say?
bent
You know what you say? You did your best. It wasn't enough, but you did your best.
As you turn away from the minor explosion, you can see 2 small scuttling creatures on the outside of the cave, then scuttle into the cave.
Okay.
Fucking
Also,
ice Ewoks
we should
coming to
have
beat us.
2 boosts in the pool now.
Ice Jawas. coming
Because
to
I
beat us.
didn't use the 4th one that we
Gotcha.
originally generated, and then I put the 1.
I look over to Chi'ya. I'm like, hey, and I like point to my shoulder. I'm like, you just hit really hard right here.
She's gonna kind of like look a little nervous. Just be like, why? Sure, but why?
Do it.
I'm just gonna hit him really hard in his shoulders. His shoulders.
And he
are
goes,
so- I'm like,
Nier is just looking at his broken speeder.
by the way, just a heads up. Just be aware that like if somebody else is doing something in RP, like Nier was doing before, you can always RP with each other in the chat because it'll actually appear over your character's name.
Yeah, if you have your token selected, then your token will say it.
Yeah.
okay.
It's just a nice little thing, so this way you don't have to like talk over each other. Oh, well, my speeder said that. Which honestly, much more accurate. Also, why can't I deselect things?
Yeah, it's in the other Foundry games, it works, but you need to like shift left click your character and then left click your character, and then you'll have only your character selected.
Okay, yeah.
At least that's the easiest way I found.
Yeah. I'm just so used to escape. But alright, well. How hurt is Near?
Emotionally or physically?
Physically?
I've got 4 wounds.
How much is your soak?
I didn't take any from that.
You
I
took.
just...
It was 10 damage.
Oh, okay. Even though I had 5 successes?
You know what?
You, had,
I'll
you
say
hadn't
that
mentioned any damage to me, so that's just why I was...
normally the success was just supposed to downgrade it, and then like a triumph would, but 5 successes is a lot. So I would say those XX successes will just add to your soak. So your soak should be 4 higher for this fall.
Okay, so then
Very.
I would have 8 soak total then, so I'd take 2 more. Right?
Right.
Okay.
So you're at 6.
Okay, then I'm at 6.
Okay, sweet. I'm at 8. But worry about all that later.
5.
Yes, we get it. Very strong.
Okay, well, let's fucking do what we came here to do. He just turns around and starts trudging towards the cave.
Yeah.
It's difficult terrain, so it just slows you guys down. But yeah, go ahead and move your tokens to the mouth of the cave, and then I will switch the scene. Mira, move your token.
I can't see my.
It's better for the continuity of thought.
Oh, there it is. Okay. I was like zoomed into the other space. I didn't realize it was bigger.
Honestly, I loved everything that just happened. I loved everything that just happened.
I really enjoyed that. Alright, so this is a dark, cold cave. You can hear the scuttling of crustaceans in the distance. There appears to be some tracks on the bottom, and then occasionally there are some purple crystals. They are not glowing crystals, they are merely crystals.
Shiny.
I will pocket a couple still.
Wait.
How are you harvesting them?
Oh, if I okay, I'm sorry, they're not like in the cart, like over here.
So yeah, depending on which one they have. Is the cards? Yeah, you can just pocket a few of those crystals.
Yeah. Who knows? They might be worth something. They're worth more than the 0 credits that are in my pocket right now.
We can, and if you can make your own item, just put a handful of crystals in your gear.
Okay. 2. I'm gonna put 2 handfuls of crystals. So I got 2.
2 handfuls. And that should be 1 bulk if it's 2 handfuls.
Okay. Oh.
So how do you proceed?
Is it relatively easy to see in here, or?
It is dark, except you guys are carrying some type of light source.
Okay.
I have goggles.
Then I guess I'm actually, like, this line, there's like a hard line here.
Yeah,
So
I
I
think
just-
it's just the edge of the map.
I just activated your torch for you. It didn't carry over when I copied your token.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, we'll just keep moving on down.
I guess while we're walking, is there any way for me to determine what kind of crystals these are and if I even should be carrying them around?
1 second, I'm making a torch for me real fast. Yes, let me think of what skill that would be. I think this would be an outer rim knowledge check against 3 difficulty.
Okay. Got a 50-50 on it.
The cold begins to seep into your fingers as you pick them up and handle them, and they do appear to be semi-precious, like almost like an amethyst.
Do I know roughly how much I just picked up might be worth?
They probably actually are a couple hundred credits worth in what you got.
Okay. Sweet. I might pick up more as we go. We'll see.
And then it looks like Nier goes around the corner and he sees some more of these juvenile mine crabs.
No thanks.
Are they acting like hostile, or are they just kind of there?
Where you are, as you cross it, they are putting on a territorial behavior.
Okay. So
Well, we'll deal with that if we have to.
So real quick, Chi'ya, do you have anything called an extra reload or anything like that? Where despair, if you get a despair and the DM's like, hey, you're out of ammo.
I don't think so.
I don't think she has that now.
I hand you one.
What is it?
It's called extra reload. Basically, if you roll a despair and he says, "Oh, you're out of ammo," you just slap that in, and now you're no longer out of ammo.
Okay.
I have moved it into her gear from yours.
Thank you, sir.
Is it like the crystal that does that, or is it something else?
It's actual gear he had purchased previously.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah. Making possibly fit in my pockets. Alright. And I very well might do that. If we pass other carts that look like they might have valuable gems in them, I might just, as we're walking, scoop them up and throw them in my pocket.
Is this like a door or something, or is this...
That's more like a support for the cave.
Okay.
Okay, so there's nothing past it, anything like that.
Correct.
Alright. I'll keep moving this
And
way.
then on your left, a shovel, another bin of the same crystals.
I think I'm gonna pick up the shovel.
You know, that's actually probably not a terrible idea. You can never go wrong with, basic necessities.
I'm gonna just walk around with the shovel.
I'm just going to put a little square around things you picked up so we know that that's not there anymore.
Okay.
And I just kind of, as walking, grab another crystals.
Alright, so now Chi'ya has a shovel.
Yeah.
You can never go wrong with such things. That was a smart move.
If anything, I can hit a crab with it.
I mean, that's very true. Nobody can ever take that away from you.
Here it appears to fork to the left and the right. There are no sounds in this direction that give you an indication as to which one would yield different information.
Seems to be some writing on the wall to the right here.
Do I see is there any footprints and then anything that proves that someone might have came through here recently?
Great question. Make a survival check against 3 difficulty because this is a hard area, so the footprints would be very subtle.
Survival.
Can I make my own check for that? If he's checking that way, I'll check this way.
Yeah, you can. Anybody is entitled to make the survival check against 3 difficulty.
That is a success and an advantage.
So
And then I'll just use that to get rid of the little bit of strain I just took from getting cold.
that's fine. I'm going to use the 1 threat from Chi'ya to get rid of one of these boosts. And then, so Theros notices that it looks like people in boots have been walking through here. They've been trying to stay onto the rails to reduce the active tracks, but you do find a single footprint here and there, they slipped and they couldn't keep their footing. For Chi'ya, she notices the same thing, as well as some of the smaller crab scuttles and one set of large crab scuttles going upwards.
Go that way.
All of these are going upwards on this left path.
Okay, all the footprints, though, there's nothing going on the right.
Correct.
Oh.
But then let's still go right. Maybe it's a roundabout.
We're just gonna at least peek over here.
Yeah, let's go. Let's peek this way. Look, there's a pickaxe. Do you want one too?
No. People already did my job.
There do
I wanna
appear to be
switch
multiple
my-
pickaxes on this side.
I want to switch my shovel for a pickaxe.
No,
Switch.
always keep a shovel. Shovels are always useful.
Fine.
I mean, you can also pick up a pickaxe. You're strong as fuck, boy.
I will pick up a pickaxe then. I will have both. There's another shovel.
All right, you pick up a pickaxe. Your character is only at 8 of your 19 encumbrance. You can hold both of these, no issue.
Got it.
19. By the way, my encumbrance should be reduced by 3 because I'm wearing both armors. But
Noted.
just a heads up. These
Can
crates.
I-
Is there anything in these crates?
Those crates appear to have some. Make a warfare check.
Warfare.
2 difficulty.
Oh dear. Man, glad I'm.
Can I kind of check this area to see if we see anything?
2 successes.
You can. They appear to be waterlogged demolitions.
Wait.
Hey, Chi'ya.
Wait.
He like pulls that up. He looks at it. He goes, just a blank stare. He looks at her, and she goes, "Hey, Chi'ya."
Give me that. Can I use these? Do they look like I can use them?
They are usable, but because they're waterlogged, they're going to be unreliable.
That's fine. That's fine.
All right.
So 1 crate would be 3 encumbrance, and there are 3 crates there. So you can pick up to 9 encumbrance, but then your character is just like totally like 1 crate in each arm, and then like the other one is resting on top of them.
Can I just pick out the individual like bombs?
Or are they like improvised explosions that are like inside of?
These are old professional demolitions. So she could make a mechanics check. I'll let you upgrade it for free because you have the demolitionist specialization against 1 challenge, 2 difficulty.
Can I help
because
her
there's
with
always
that?
the risk. You can.
I am
Would you
also
be
trained
using?
in that. I would
so
be using.
That would be 2 yellow then, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
My mechanics.
Okay. So can I just take the individual?
Is Chi'ya like? I feel like those greens aren't supposed to be there.
I added the 2 yellow. The 2 greens were already there.
Oh, so the greens wouldn't count then.
Yeah, we're talking
They
about
got,
the
they got
greens.
upgraded.
So it
Oh,
would be-
that's what you meant. Okay.
So
So
it
we're
would be
looking at 1 threat.
one
One-
threat.
So-
Your character managed to use steady hands, so instead of giving you 1 crate of waterlogged demolitions, I'm just going to give you 1 demolition kit.
Cool. I don't know how to add that.
I'm on it.
Cool. Thank you.
Even though Theros has no idea how to use that thing, he looks very excited. He's like, yeah, anybody in this room knows how to use it. It's gonna be this chick.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 1 explosives belt for Chi'ya.
Cool.
Alright. Again, walk up. I now have. I'm
Oh,
not greedy. I'm not taking away all of these people possible. But, you know.
there's more boxes. Oh, yeah, what I wanted was to know if I could check for more footprints now that we're further along.
I feel like this is the same.
Yeah, I think it just.
Yeah, I'll have the roll continue. Is that there were no footprints the way you were going, and then at this part where I get more than 4, it tridents.
Mm-hmm.
There, with your roll, there do appear to be footprints that go north, and then scuttle marks that go straight to the left.
I'm just check out these boxes instead then.
These ones appear to be used demolition boxes.
Used, so
Yeah.
I can't take anything from that. What about these?
Same thing, more like that's what they use to excavate this area so effectively.
Okay.
No.
So they're completely empty. Like there's no like parts or anything in them.
That's right.
I want
I
like
just wanted to make sure it wasn't like, oh yeah, the remnants. I just look at this crate of crystal, like I'm taking money.
Yeah, you can take a handful anytime you pass one of those.
I would imagine like the handfuls I am taking out is like very inconsequential compared to the amount of crystals that are in each one.
Yeah, you can definitely say that.
I'm gonna go check out boxes. Well, actually, that's a cart. Boxes.
There's some cards and there are some boxes here. This one, you can tell it actually looks like it has some newer things in there, not waterlogged.
Oh.
Does she know
Okay.
what they are?
You can make a warfare check against 2 difficulty.
I'm not touching anything.
They're definitely explosives, but they're newer ones, and you're not sure exactly what their mechanism is. Well, Theros, I'll take this threat to erase your last boost. You can identify that these are primers that probably connect to a proximity sensor. So it's not really the explosive themselves in here. They're things for setting up explosives.
I mean,
But because they're
That
for
take some of those?
because they're for proximity, it's like they're made for traps. And yeah, you can take let's call it a handful of primers.
and is there anything in these other crates, or are they just kind of just rocks?
Those ones are empty crates.
Okay, sweet.
Okay. I'd like to take a handful of those just in case I want to set my own traps.
Can I, did you guys relay that information?
Yes.
I mean, we're not necessarily like we
we're
weren't
just
like being
we're
quiet.
like actively openly talking about it.
Yeah, like we're not like
Okay.
screaming about it, but we're not necessarily quiet about it.
Okay, can I peek up here and like take a look around and just make sure I'm not seeing any traps or anything, any proximity things?
Make a perception check against 2 difficulty. Those 2 threat I'm going to take as a setback I'll hold on to. You succeed, meaning that you don't see any traps here, but as you tell everybody, like, shh, you do hear an intermittent beep distant into the further corridor, suggesting that's where traps might be.
Okay. Alright, I'll pass that info along and start carefully making my way down the hallway.
Downtown.
And are we trying to be stealthy?
Yes. I would assume.
Probably need to roll stealth checks if that's the case. I would imagine.
Then you can make a stealth check. Just make it against nothing, and then basically the other people, when they try to sense you, are going to be going against that.
I got a triumph,
Very nice.
and I will. Can I use my 2 advantages to erase your setback?
Yes. And then
we can-
Chi'ya and Nier, I guess, also have advantages. What do you want to spend those on? 2 for Chi'ya, 4 for Nier.
just add them to the pool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, speaking of a pool,
Alright, you guys come in, and no roll necessary because there's a triumph. You notice the red tripwire on the left and right side of these passages.
and can we easily like step over those?
With a coordination check, you can try.
And if I wanted to try to disable them,
That'd be a mechanics check.
do they look like? I would imagine they kind of look like. I don't suppose I would have any. With what we've seen, I wouldn't have any familiarity with what might the devices be and help me disable.
That would probably just be covered by using the boost dice.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
And yeah, so the devices on the wall look like kind of like triangles with rough edges and a laser coming out from them, touching the other wall. The laser is not merely like a single line; it's more like a fan, like a cone laser, making something of a wall.
And can I tell And I mean, she might also be good at figuring us out what the explosive payload of that would be.
Let's make a... Like, there's not really a demolition skill, so I usually refer to warfare against 2 difficulty.
I'm a
Nier
demolition.
is not going to be helpful in this situation, so he's just going to back up.
I don't know. Is there... I have the demolitionist, but I'm bad at warfare, so... What am I supposed to be helping with?
That's if you want to. You don't have to.
I don't really think I'm gonna help.
I'll use that threat to give Theros 1 more strain. They're essentially going to be like a frag grenade, so they're going to do 8 damage to whoever triggers it, and then 6 damage to whoever triggers it, and whoever's around them in a short range. So more like 8
So-
plus 6, or 6 to whoever's around.
Okay, so it's not gonna like, boy.
It would be enough to kill an unarmored person.
No, I mean, I guess it's not gonna like destroy the actual passive.
No.
Theros,
I would certainly notify anybody down there that you're here.
that's. I guess we're trying to notify the people down here that we're here. I assume. Theros just kind of reaches pockets with all the jingling, pulls out a couple of crystals, and looks to Nier. Like, I can just toss them.
I mean, you could, but we don't really know what's down here.
I know those explosions will blow us up if we fuck anything up.
I mean, that's true. But
Hey,
I don't know.
eventually we're
There's
gonna run into-
benefits to both sides. Explosives are not my specialty. I'm
Look
just
at Jingo.
sticking back.
Want to see someone blow up? Sweet. And I'm going to chuck those. And I'm going to try to chuck them through the laser thing.
Not such a difficult thing to do. You throw it, you trip the laser, and it explodes. You guys are outside of the range of it, and that's more or less all you feel. You feel the shaking of the cavern, and then this path is opened.
All right. And of course, I'm going to be trying to keep my eye out for any more explosives that we block.
Okay.
Okay, these people eventually they're gonna know we're here, and I would rather they know we're here when we have a little health.
When you're there, feel free to make a perception or a vigilance check against 2 challenge.
Okay, I'm going to take perception. I don't know why I could never.
Perception against what was it? Sorry.
2 challenge.
Okay, and then like I said, I'm gonna take a boost. Let's take a challenge. Uh-oh.
A triumph essentially counts as both, right?
A triumph is a success. It's already calculated. And then I need to figure out how a triumph works in this weird scenario.
So a triumph is a success. That's still a failure.
So yeah,
Okay. Okay, I see what you mean.
yeah, it's still failure. But so what I'm going to give this is that Theros, he had the despair. So he's the one who's going to trip the mine. No, you weren't there, but like you have to walk into it. Because Nier had the triumph, Nier and Chi'ya are not in the blast radius of it. I think that's how this triumph is going to work. So like while you did fail, you're not going to get hurt by it.
Okay.
And did some people say that they were using boosts?
I used a boost.
And then you could put another one back into the pool to replace it.
Yeah, and
And then there could be, does anybody want to spend your last advantage for Nier and Theros to recover strain, or to put a boost to the next person?
can I use does everyone care if I use the last of our light side things so that I don't die.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
You want to? Yeah. So are you doing it to reroll, or just to say your character isn't killed by this?
So, I mean, does that mean no damage?
It wouldn't do no damage, but it would mean that we're gonna skip making out any like bleeding out rolls or things like that. When your character's wound threshold is met, remember you don't die immediately. You did it to take basically triple your wound threshold, and then you're dead.
Yeah, but I will go unconscious, and then that'll be a thing. So I'm just gonna re-roll. And it's gonna be my perception, which for some, I literally just did it, and I'm already forgetting where it is.
So it's 4 green, 2 red, 1 blue. You succeed this time, so Theros can put a boost back into the pool to replace the one he used.
I do. Literally, my like foot's about to cross over, and I go.
Yes, and then you see it a little shimmer, not directly seeing it, but you get a hint of it from the ice around you, and then you stop everybody. And then, now I'm going to use that triumph. I can't think of anything better than just giving you the boost back.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to sacrifice the rest of that handful of crystal. Down.
Another solid explosion, and then because Chi'ya and Nier failed their perception, they don't notice it, but Theros hears people getting into position further south of you.
I'm gonna look to Chi'ya and go. Getting into your father's place might be good. Announce that.
I didn't hear it, so I'm just looking at him like, what?
I'm hearing people clambering around. It sounds like if we go around this corner without announcing ourselves, might be in, big trouble. Worst comes to worst, we announce ourselves. They start shooting us. It's not where your dad is, and then we run away.
She's just kind of thinks about it for a second. And kind of like gets
Or
close
just
to
say your name. You can always be like, hey,
I'm gonna get close to the wall and be like, hey there! Do I hear anything back?
Not from where you are. You hear not even like much of an echo.
Oh, okay.
Could I tell by how far off they were?
Pretty far off, let me measure.
I mean, it's like, you didn't even really have to measure. It's like, are they like around this bend? Are they more over here?
They're probably around 2 bends.
Okay, so they might not even hear us from here.
Okay, we can get a little closer then, right?
Yeah, and I will, while we're walking, I'm just gonna try to keep my ears open in case ears and eyes open, because obviously I almost died a second ago. Is this a way right here? Or no?
It is a way, but it's narrow. So you don't want to go through this crack here.
Okay. Can I listen to see if this is where they might be?
Make a perception check. This is going to be... let me just look at their skills. Against 4 difficulty.
50-50.
You get the sense that they're going to be straight and then to the west and then south a little bit.
So over here?
Yeah, in that direction and then west and then south. But they've definitely basically stopped, almost holding their breath because they're ready for something to cross into their distance.
Okay, once we're like here, I'm gonna try again with my little like...
I'm sorry, you did say down in this direction, right? Like
Yes.
south?
Oh, they're south?
Yeah,
Yeah, they're south.
Here.
Okay. Then I'm gonna go ahead and like holler again and be like, hello?
We might be friends?
Let's make a charm check against 4 difficulty because you're not right up against them, so they're not able to hear you clearly.
I'm gonna be really loud.
It's not very charming.
It doesn't fucking matter!
I'm going to give Chi'ya 4 strain with those threats because she's already been shouting for a little bit, and Theros is also trying to charm them. But
I said I was going to, so I just went ahead.
yeah, like what is Theros saying? And I'm going to give Theros
like
2
that.
strain.
Theros was like, "Hey, we might be friends." Like,
I'm just, hello, I'm looking for my dad. I know that sounds really weird, but I'm being serious.
Nier kind of just like leans into Chi'ya and be like, "You might want to tell him your name
Wait.
for context."
My name's Chi'ya. just like, wait. Fine.
and do we-
Chi'ya receives a signal on her comlink. Does she pick up?
Yes.
You recognize the voice. It's Azl.
Cool.
She says, "Who are you with?"
She's gonna kind of look at him. Kind of Jedi.
You're
Nier just like looks at Theros and just like, like what the?
you found Jedi. The Jedi are dead.
They're like bad at it.
All right. Well, at least I know it is actually you. I'm glad you still have that same comlink I gave you forever ago. But didn't Moljukud tell you not to follow me, try not to find me? This is dangerous work.
Yeah, that wasn't gonna happen. You weren't gonna leave me back there. Am I allowed to come around this corner without getting shot?
Yeah, let me have everyone lay their arms down.
Cool.
And then you guys can all hear essentially what sounds like rifles being put on the ground. And then you get the all clear. Azl says, "Come around. It's just a couple more bends from where you are."
Right. Do a little do.
Follow Chi'ya.
She's gonna just like before we fully get there, she's gonna turn around and just and look at like both of you and just be like, "Be nice."
And then as you cross this part, you see some brilliant light coruscating outside of the passage.
Cool.
In front of the crowd is the Rhodian veteran Azl.
And go hug Dad.
He'll take you in his relatively scrawny arms.
Yep. Swole daughter.
I'd say it's so good to see you, although I also told you that this was too dangerous, that you've got to just lay low. Hopefully when the resistance is stronger, you'd be a great asset to us. So we didn't think you'd be coming.
I read things that help that. She kind of like shrugs and looks at them. Kind
Nier
of.
like awkwardly waves.
Theros, his laminate armor, just so awkwardly waves.
They're not very charming, but they're decent.
Nier looks a little hurt.
Well, hey there. I'm Azl. You could say I'm Chia's father figure. What are you two doing here? Let me introduce you two to everybody. And Azl is the only named character here. There's just under a dozen of regular resistance troopers, 1 veteran, and then 2 starfighters amongst them, with no vehicles.
We had one.
Are they
He
like
crashed it. There's 2 more waiting at the entrance of the mines.
And there's they're like in pilot regalia.
They are, but they don't have an X-Fighter or anything.
Okay, I guess I'm just gonna like trying to. I think it's odd that they're just like. I don't know. I guess my character might think it might be a little odd that they're like in like flight suits, but then nothing to flight.
It's what they're wearing to keep warm.
Yeah, so let's say flight suits are pretty freaking warm.
Oh, fair.
Okay, so yeah, Nier kind of walks up and he's just like, I am near. Chi'ya's been helping us out quite a lot. She's been going through quite a lot trying to find you.
Can I make just a general? I just kind of want to like kind of get the vibe in the room. If anybody's, maybe anybody that I may have seen before here on Besru.
You can get the general vibe with no role necessary. Just they're pensive. They're willing to tell you their situation if you does ask, but they're not in a good mood, but they're very hopeful.
Oh, and since I am in my laminate armor, I do, just in case this matters, I do have both my lightsabers in my belt.
And with that, the veteran is going to say that Azl said that Chi'ya was bringing Jedi. How can we know you two are really Jedi?
I mean, do you want to? I don't really know how to do that.
Is there like a rock on the ground? Like just like a small rock?
Yeah, we could say that there's some ice chips.
Neil just kind of lean down and pick one up, and he's just be like, well, I guess cat's out of the bag now. He's just gonna kind of float the rock in his hand with move. Do I need to uncommit my force die to be able to do that?
You will need to uncommit your force die, but I'm not going to make you roll for it.
Okay.
She's gonna kind of just like whisper to y'all, be like, "Welcome to the Resistance. You wanted this."
There is murmuring between the rest of the Resistance, but besides the veteran and Azl, they seem positive. They're glad to see that at least force sensitives are amongst them. And Azl will say, "How is it that you survived the rising of the Empire? There was a great Jedi purge."
And he just kind of nervously looks over at Theros, and he's just like,
It's like, well, just kind of like your daughter said, we're like Jedi.
yeah, we got lucky.
Very lucky. And the light sticks on your hips suggest you're more than just like Jedi.
Anybody can just hold these.
We're no experienced master. I'll just be honest. You've received some training, but
What rank were you both before you were departed? Before you got lucky?
Well, I mean, Mir and I are both like in our very early 20s, so it's kind of like, well, if you just trace back the time, we weren't very.
yeah, I was only a Padawan.
A Padawan is still a Jedi in my book.
Well, I mean, I was a dropout. Don't know if that changes anything.
So, did you drop out because you disagree with their teachings, or because you couldn't meet their demands?
I just a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. Wasn't emotionally attached enough, detached enough, and not the greatest with authority figures, I guess.
Then, please don't see me as the leader here. I am just one part of all of his resistance. People maybe look up to me, but I do not command them. We all do this of our own free will.
True, but a leader doesn't have to be commanding. Just be a point of inspiration.
I think you two are going to be a good sign, a good omen, I'm going to say, that things are going to start turning around. We've been laying low the past week or so because security in Cryoport has increased, and it just became too risky. We were getting assistance from Lord Shota, and we just got the news that things were going poorly, so we reconvened here. We were spread across all of Vessum, but as he motions over to the pilots, some of us had to abandon our ships to get here safely on foot.
Sorry, that heightened security might be our fault, especially in the past day or so.
What have you done?
Were any of you in contact with a
Leland?
individual named Leland? Yeah.
We were on the lookout for Leland. He took some of our troopers. They fell for his ruse.
Oh, well.
He's dead.
Yeah, we unfortunately got a little mixed up with Leland, and
He's laying in the dirt somewhere in the middle of the desert.
This is good news. Some people, they have too much authority and they use it for the wrong things. It's really sickening when someone will take advantage of someone else's compassion and use that as a weakness instead as a strength.
yeah, well, even though that individual chess piece is off the board, word may have gotten out before we were able to deal with it that we were. I'll kind of like gesture to Theros and just feel like that we were now made aware of, I guess.
Though, we really don't know how much information they have on us. Our last meeting, Leland discovered maybe more about us, but don't know how much of that he was able to communicate.
Well, we know that they're aware of the resistance. Hopefully they're not aware that there are Jedi.
We were
I
able
think
to warn
there
Lakota.
might be now.
There's definitely the possibility.
One trooper got away, and
Wow.
he did see lightsaber use.
I don't know if he did, because I only used my lightsaber inside the house, so I genuinely don't. And we would have had this conversation. I don't know if he would have seen it from the angle he was at.
I would need to roll back the tapes, but yeah, there was the one dewback trooper that you guys didn't bring to the desert.
Yeah, and I think the dewback trooper, he was to the left of the door, and I don't think there, if I recall correctly, there was no windows.
I saw
were
you
windows.
ran out with your lightsabers.
No, I just I reflected and then I ran out.
So when I post this video, I'm going to put like a flashback scene of what actually happened.
I'm gonna pull one of my fancier, non-junky looking lightsabers off my belt and go, "Hey, Leland, do you know what this is?"
He'll say straight up, "That's a lightsaber." Then Leland's going to go. He's going to use one maneuver to run forward, another maneuver as his action to open the door, strain himself as his final maneuver to run out.
Fucking course he is. I can't trip him or anything as he goes by.
There are no attacks of opportunity in this game.
Nier would have probably shot, or shouted out to say, try to capture Leland.
Okay, then I won't shoot Leland. I will shoot the stormtroopers. Aha. Oh gosh, it's so many fucking dice at one time.
So I'm gonna step right here. I'm gonna see how far away everyone is. I'm gonna reach my hand up towards Leland, and I'm just gonna wave my hand and go, "Where are you?" I'm gonna run up to him, and I'm gonna be like, I'm just gonna be like, "You need to get on the ground now, or you're gonna die." Like, I'm just like trying to coerce him at this point. Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
either way,
currently
there's a
your characters
possibility.
don't believe that the Empire as a whole are aware of the lightsaber wielders on the planet, although you do know that there's the rumor of Theros, the lightsaber wielder, in Mirage Springs itself.
By the way, do we have any idea where that may have come from? Like, who might have seen that?
Let's make a streetwise check to see who you think it may have come from.
Okay. Yeah, just 'cause I'm trying to think, and I think just about everybody who's seen me with the lightsaber on is dead.
Two
But
difficulty.
Or in the gang.
no, I don't even think anybody. Oh no, That one chick saw it, and so did that one rider. But they've been at the farm the entire time. Streetwise, and you said
2 difficulty.
2 difficulty.
I guess that could be another boost for you unless you want to recover some strain, but you figure it was probably one of the people you allowed to survive before you brought them into your gang.
Okay.
Maybe went to the cantina, had some loose lips, but he was a drunk, so like it was really just rumors from a drunkard.
Fair enough. And hopefully, you know, if somebody follows up with him about that, he will be like, oh yeah, I don't know, I was drunk. But
He's on his way to the other side of Vesum trying to sell some market herb right now.
yeah.
Oh.
So, you know, hopefully he keeps his mouth shut. If not, something tells me people are going to hear about me shortly anyway.
And Azl will speak up that currently their plan was to lay low, although their supplies are starting to run thin, so they were going to have to send a few people out to either go fishing, hunting, or foraging, just to keep everyone alive for a little bit longer. They've been rationing everything that they do have, hopefully until the heat gets lowered, and then they're basically just going to do some runs and try to hijack something so they get a ship of some sort.
I mean, those, the crabs that are going around anywhere, they not taste good or something?
We're also trying to ration our ammunition. The smaller crabs are actually surprisingly resilient to blaster fire.
She's gonna hold up the pickaxe.
And dangerous too.
Oh.
But yeah, we found a path that they don't seem to walk through in and out of the caves. My understanding is that they have their own corner with access to an underground waterway.
Around the water.
I mean, if we need to kill crabs, that doesn't sound that hard.
Am I recalling it correctly that we heard something about the way?
You remember that the survivor, one of those people in the igloos, was saying that he usually would find them around the waterway.
No, I feel like maybe there was something from a couple of sessions ago that we've already taken care of. Who knows? I feel like it was like part of like a prophecy or something. I don't know.
Maybe it was that how Vesum has underground rivers running all throughout it, and
That's what I heard.
you found them in the Temple of Ebb and Flow. You found some of those.
Okay, that is probably what I'm thinking of. Well, according to Leland and an officer that we had captured, there's apparently some Padawannabes being held somewhere in the city.
How likely do you think it is that any of them are actually force sensitive, or they've got the grit to be part of resistance, says the veteran?
Well, I look at him and go, well, once they're dead, none of them.
And the veteran will continue that. If they're already captured, then at this point there's nothing we can do. If we're going to assault Cryoport, then
I'm not saying
it's
assault.
a suicide.
Most certainly not assault, because I agree with you, because, yeah, we would all die. But I just didn't know, you know, we're in this underground cave. Possibly there might be a way to, sneak into that particular facility, but you would know better than me. We've only been here for 2-3 weeks at this point.
Azl will say that it is possible that some of those waterways could lead into Cryoport, but it's unlikely they lead into the stronghold itself.
Yeah, I guess it's more of a, like, a way in and out of the city without having to run through the entire city.
Unfortunately, we don't have any. Maybe Horchota Bree could do it, but all of us need air to breathe. So unless you find a submersible of some sort, I think that would be a dangerous path too.
I am gonna let him know, like, while we're just having this chat back and forth about everything, that, like, we got in there and warned Horchota about, like, the excess heat. and the information that we got that they were watching not only him, but they also had been watching Azl.
Yes, you had
They
mentioned
couldn't
that.
pin
Sorry,
anything on him.
we got caught up in all the other good news of new allies. I'm glad that Horchata is going to be safe. Where do you think he's going to be going?
Did he tell us where he was going?
I think you directed him to the Red Sand Skag hideout.
Yeah, we
Okay. All right, then we'll let him know about that, I guess.
Are
Well,
you guys wanting to stay here in Cryoport, or are you trying to get out to be somewhere less hot?
if there's another place to go, that would be nice, because it is quite inhospitable here, even compared to the desert. This is just not the climate for human skin.
Yeah, I also imagine if you're trying to do hit and run type activities, doing it in the middle of the city probably is a little more difficult.
Yes.
Or right next to their giant stronghold.
in the Red Sands hideout, was there like is that a decent hideout? It's not like literally. Like, are
Is
you
it better than this?
Yes, is it better than this? That's a great thing.
It is in some ways better than it, like just for as far as like trying to survive in there. It was a little bit more equipped because they had basically stolen from the farmers recently and were ready to just hang out for a while. So this place, most of their supplies are dwindling, while the Red Sands Gang hideout has supplies still pretty much untapped. So it's better in those facets. On the other side, if they were doing hit and run tactics, then this place is more convenient, but the Red Sands Gang hideout is much further from Cryoport, so there's like a trade-off there.
But they also just need to lay low until things calm down.
And that's their plan. The other issue is that, like they said, they don't have any vehicles right now. Some of them were destroyed, some of them had to be abandoned, and they're mostly on foot here. So if you guys were going to ferry them back and forth, that would probably be a few days just to get people back and forth.
Especially now that we only have 2 speeder bikes.
Yes.
Well, actually, we could work together and see if we could fix the other one.
It was in half.
Once you get to the Red Sands hideout, there were some speeder bikes in there. So like the first trip would be accelerating the rate that you can move people to.
Okay. I'd hate to ask this, but is there any way we could pool together credits and possibly get a more efficient form of transportation?
Anybody? I guess it would be Nier or Theros. Make a straight intelligence check or intellect check for me.
So no difficulty?
No difficulty. Just like for your characters to remember stuff.
Be tree greens for me.
I'll let you have that one, unless you want us both to roll.
You can both roll.
That's 1 success, 4 advantages. I will pass 2 of those on to Harrison, and then 1 in the pool. Roll a boost. Oh, I sat on that success for so long.
So you guys both remember that Besru was interested in hiring you guys to kind of run his tourism business, and he has a sand skiff which could probably carry a dozen or more people.
And that was in
That was in Zakar.
car. Did we ever see that speeder?
You did not see it, but he described it as a sand skiff.
Okay. And how far is the car from here?
I'll look at the map real fast.
I don't think it was real close.
About a
Say-
day's travel.
Yes, I mean, if you're gonna steal somebody, Zakar is not the worst.
It could be that you'd be stealing from him, but also saying that these people are all tourists would be a nice cover story if you did get stopped by the Empire.
Fit well.
We could just go back. I mean, he's a businessman. We could just go back and tell him, like, hey, we've been traveling around. We found this group of people that really wants to just kind of see the sights. You can go around, but they were unable to find a like accommodation that was big enough to carry their entire party.
If you told
So
him there were
we-
credits in it, I'm sure he would oblige.
Okay. So back to my question: does anybody in here have any? Do we have any credits to pull together?
I mean, so I have.
Well, I'm talking to this giant group of 16
I know.
people.
I'm just letting you know. For me, I have 781 credits.
Between all of them, they have about 2,000 credits.
Mira, how much do you have?
Wait a second. That being gear?
Yeah.
Ooh. Would he also accept crystals?
You could probably
Maybe.
negotiate with him.
I have
Pocket
360.
How much do you have, Alex?
0.
Why
He
the
has rocks.
Okay.
Why do you think I've been stuffing my pockets full of fucking rocks? It's not because I was like, oh yeah, I'm not desperate. I'll take these. Alright, so maybe that's a good idea.
Maybe we just trade a
Do you-
shit ton of these crystals for it.
I mean, how much does a basic ship cost?
I mean, there's so many types of ships.
Yeah.
What, you're talking about a spaceship or
sailboat.
A ship capable of space travel?
Yeah, what just like a basic something that has a hyper, or what, actually let's not even worry about a hyperdrive, just more of like a shuttle type situation.
the least expensive star capable shuttle is 15,000 credits.
Okay.
Yep. And probably what we'd actually want is probably closer to about 20,000.
An escape pod is 5,000 credits, but that's really more like going from space to Earth.
Yeah, that's a one-way trip. You use it once and that's it. Alright, do you have enough food to last you a couple of days?
I'm sure we can manage for a week or so even. But crab might be on the menu.
So, how much credit should I take to what's Borzo or Dummy Bum Bum Face? How much should I take him for him to be enticed?
I think this would be like a negotiation check based off of intellect. So whatever your negotiation skills is, use that to upgrade your intellect against 2 difficulty.
So if I had my skills in negotiation boost up my intellect.
And you have no negotiation ranks at all, so just a straight intellect against 2 difficulty.
Okay. Do. I'll also take a boost. That's fine.
So it's a weird thing where I'm going to say that probably 100 credits per person should be enough for a tour.
So
they would have enough then.
okay.
But that would be spending all of their money just to get from point A to point B.
Okay. And then of course
Can we take just like a whole bunch of these crystals and see if that would pay for it?
You can try.
yeah. So I'm gonna
I
say
think that would be. I kind of think that would be a bad idea, because then that ties them to
No,
the
I agree.
mine, and if there's
I agree.
any sort of sketchiness,
Azl
agree.
will agree with Nier to say that they have access to these crystals, and maybe if they can get off planet, they'll be a viable asset. But here on Cryoport, when people see these and they start circulating, it's going to give a big hint as to where they're hiding.
Okay.
yeah. if you're
Maybe
gonna sell-
take a bunch of them and then sell them after they're out of the mines so that it leads them falsely.
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
We could just give him like 1,000 credits and be like, say like this is a down payment.
I agree.
Like,
Let's do that. But you're gonna have to negotiate. Are you good at negotiating?
I'm not good at negotiating, but I'm generally charming, so I can.
Now, whatever.
hopefully
You
set
guys
us up
together
for
have enough to
success.
make up for it if that doesn't work. I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah, we can put the 1,000 credits down, and then maybe the rebels can pay us back.
And we can also possibly get some of these crystals out of here.
Yeah.
Because then, like Chi'ya just said, once we get them out of here, we can sell them. And then at that point, we have our funding, and then we also have our Red Sands gang selling my product.
Yeah, and if we have a skiff, I mean, we'll have to probably return the skiff.
Oh no,
but
we'll have to return the skiff. Well, we don't have to.
we can just take turns piloting, and since it's a skiff, it's big enough somebody could sleep on it, so we could just rotate and keep moving.
Yeah, and my one thing that I'm going to say is I'm going to encourage every single one of them as we're leaving to just fill their pockets absolutely full of these crystals so that we can earn the money back later.
Yeah.
Yeah, and once they're out of here, then it's not a problem if they're...
Sold.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, okay, then yeah, we'll, let's head back to Zakar. We'll just go to Azl and just be like, hey, so, I'll explain the plan to him and be like, so, just need you guys getting ready to go and being ready to get out of here in 2 days' time.
Yeah, we can be ready. It's good to have a plan. People who have gumption. So we look forward to working together.
Yeah, of course. Same here. I'll explain, like, at the Red Sands gang, like, there might be a couple people there. You know, they were, like, what's it called? Swoop gangers, but they were the, more good-hearted ones. Don't want to do what they do for the right reason. So, I think some of them were traveling as part of a job, but,
Alright,
yeah.
So, as we, leave, I will once again just keep loading up my pockets with stuff.
Yeah, honestly, you guys can fill your encumbrance up with as many of those as you want, and then we can just calculate how much it is once you get there.
Okay.
I'm just kind of like, Nier's not going to do that, and he's like, we can grab as many as we can fit on the skiff whenever we get back.
Yeah, it sounds...
But we don't need anything tying to these people to this place before then.
Yeah, of course, he says as he's literally still packing it all into his pockets. So... Alright, so Theros has 10 handfuls of crystals.
Jeez. Okay.
And we said, like, 2 was 1 encumbrance, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. If we're, good to go, then we can go ahead and head back to Zakar.
Mm-hmm.
Can we take a little break?
I think it's a good time for a break, yes.
Okay.
Alright, we're all in.
Real quick, Harrison, are you gonna go ahead and order the stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So it looks like you are all back to the surface of the planet of Besru.
Yep, I think we're heading straight for...
Zakar.
Let's see here. I'm going to flip 2 dark side points
Ruh-roh.
to change the narrative. As you guys are crossing over the Oasis Creek, you are stopped by a water vessel who appears to have
Go ahead and keep going, but I'll be right back.
no problem. Appears to have a number of scoundrels on top of it. They're telling you that if you want to cross the river, you're going to need to pay a toll.
And what's the toll?
Those are some pretty nice bikes, so for the three of you, let's say 300 credits. They're definitely gouging you at this price.
How many of them are there?
Half a dozen. Look like they've got one person in charge, and then maybe 5 thugs with them.
Alright, and you said they're in a water vessel?
Yeah, it is a space-age device, but it's just like a speedboat.
And that's in the dunes?
No, it's as you're trying to cross the Oasis Creek towards Zakar.
Oh, okay.
I'm back.
How fast is this thing?
I think there'll be a mechanics check against 3 difficulty.
And they're very obviously like gangers, right?
Yes, if you want to make an underworld check, you might be able to identify what type of criminal syndicate they're part of.
Okay, I will,
And that would be against 1 difficulty, 2 setback.
Okay, I can make that check here in a second if you'll want me to. But my mechanics, and you said 3 difficulty for mechanics, right?
It's a pretty fast vessel.
Okay, and then I will put that boost into the next roll that is not me. And then you said an underworld with 2 setbacks. I only have to do 1 of those.
You're not sure what gang they're part of, but you get a boost.
Rolling success. And they want 300 from each of us?
300 total.
300 total?
Like 100 each.
Okay. I will pull out from my little my M58 concealed holster. Pull out my HL-27 light blaster. And I'll be like, will this cover it?
Okay, so you're trying to negotiate with the blaster?
Yeah. I'm trying to be like, will this blaster cover that?
They'll accept the blaster. That's a valuable piece of machinery right there. It will more than cover it. They're willing to accept the blaster, and they'll even help you forward the way across the creek.
Sweet.
Gear's gonna kind of whisper over his comlink. And he's be like, or we could just take out these gangers and then sell their boat.
Pretty sure one of my lungs is collapsed. And also my lightsabers are taken apart and inside my backpack right now. So, I'm just gonna give them my blaster.
Okay. If we have a problem with them on the way back, then we can reconsider.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
I toss up my blaster to them.
They accept it and they invite you onto their ship. It can fit both the bikes. Then they just cross one side of the river and tell you to get back off. Pleasure
Okay.
doing business with you.
Kind of nod my head to them, and hop up back on my speeder, and
And then it's nighttime by the time you arrive in Zakar.
I think it might not be a terrible idea to go by the clinic. Was it Kuda's clinic? Is that what it was called?
Yes.
oh shit. We never looked into that
saw.
guy's son.
Well, we tried looking into it, but we couldn't find anything. but I mean, we made an attempt at least.
Hey, at least we know that she's registered in the bounty hunter thing, so we're to work. Maybe we can track her down later, and hopefully she still has the kid.
Well, we asked somebody if there was a kid with her, and they said no.
Alright, well, I guess let's move on.
Alex ain't worried about no bitch's kid.
Going straight to the clinic?
Yeah,
'cause
as
it's-
I am walking, I am going to kind of peer over to where I know that stormtrooper usually stands. Is he even looking over towards us?
Not in particular. He's really just looking around, but not at you in particular. Someone new in town, go straight to the clinic. Not that unusual.
Okay. You guys gonna come into the clinic?
Oh, I can't.
I can't see.
I need a torch. Go.
There we go. Yes.
When you go in, excuse me, Dr. Kuda doesn't appear to be there. There's a new face as a physician operating.
Is Dr. Kuda in?
No, he had to leave on personal business.
Well, hope everything's okay. Do you have supplies available? Maybe a Bacta?
You could rent the tank if you're interested.
What about rooms? Do you have any rooms available? Just for a night?
Oh yes, we do have rooms upstairs as well. Those are 20 credits a night.
Okay, and how much is the Bacta per hour?
Also 20 per hour.
Okay. And how many wounds is everybody at?
I'm at 8.
Okay, I'm at 6. Are you good? Are you just at 1? Is that what you said?
5.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, that's right. We fell off a cliff.
Yeah.
And how many Bacta tanks are there here again?
There's only one back to tank in this place.
Okay. I'll give them 20 credits for a room for us to share. So put me down to 761. So I just guess we'll go sleep for the night and then take turns in Bacta if we need to. And we can talk to what's his name in the morning.
So who's going to be in the back to first?
I'm actually gonna walk over to the bar and just see if people, like, if there's anybody in here I recognize from the last time we were in here.
The bartender's still there, Twi'lek.
Okay. Is my drunk friend still there? Or is he not in right now?
He doesn't appear to be inside. Do you ask them about Nagel?
Yeah, sure, I'll ask him about Nagel.
Should also ask about Griffo and Emmons.
So they say Nagel is probably sleeping in the alley south of Besru's business.
I'm gonna kind of look at him. So, my credit situation's not like super good right now. Is there any way I could get one on the house? You know, for old times while I'm in town.
Let's try a charm against 2 difficulty.
Yeah, about right.
So, what do you mean old times? I even know who you are.
That's hurtful. Guess I'll take the strain to my heart for that.
That's fair. Yeah, 2 strain.
Can I buy stim packs from this
Yes, you can.
person? How much do they cost each again?
I think 25. Yes, 25 each.
Okay, I'm gonna
So-
buy 5.
Go. So my credit situation's not very fluid right now. Is there any way I can get one of those on the house?
Sorry, say again?
My credit situation's not very fluid right now. Can I get one on the house near?
I will. I'll buy you a stim pack.
Okay, sweet. I'm gonna just shove that into my leg. It'll be fine.
I guess I can just use one of my own, right?
Though with how you rolled last time, I might wait on that because you might roll enough to get rid of all your wounds.
Yeah, I'm gonna sleep
Okay.
first and then see.
Okay.
I know that I am not going to get down 8, so I will just stab myself in the leg to remove 5.
Honestly, it is probably cheaper and faster if she does use a stim pack because that'll heal all her wounds, and then she can buy a stim pack because the likelihood of her rolling 5 successes is not very good. Not impossible though.
Actually, yeah, you're right. It would be
We have
smarter
like
to take my-
4 boosts in the pool, right?
Yeah, 5.
Okay. Then yeah,
The
I'm
real
not gonna use
benefit-
the stim pack yet.
The real benefit to the Bacta is that it also allows you to to heal from crippling wounds. That's the real benefit compared to the stim packs, which don't heal crippling
Okay.
wounds.
Yeah, I forget how long does it take for crippling wounds to go away?
They never go away on their own. They always
Oh,
use
well then
some
I
kind of
need to get in
benefit.
the back to tank. Well, is that crippling wound a critical wound?
It would be a critical wound, and do you have any left?
I had hamstrung, but that went away after 1 turn, but I still was critical.
Yes, you were still.
So my credit situation is kind of fluid right now.
My God.
You could try to barter with those crystals you found.
No.
No.
And I could barter with the crystals that I found,
No.
or
Go get in the Bacta. How long does he have to stay in the Bacta in order to heal that?
He could use one of his successes, so it could be an hour.
Oh, okay.
okay.
And you said it was 20 credits for an hour in Bacta?
Yes, and if he's trying to specifically heal a critical wound, it would be the difficulty of the wound, so be resilience against 2 difficulty.
Okay. I just paid for 1 hour.
Okay, I'm gonna take 2 boosts then. It's a 50-50 whether I get a success. Otherwise. Jesus.
I don't know if you
Christ.
want to spend a light side point.
I might as well. We're close
No,
to the end.
no, just spend another hour.
Okay, fine.
Let's keep the light side point.
Did I get any advantages in the... I got 1. Okay, well I can't use that anyway. So.
That would have to go towards somebody else's boost because if it's
Yeah,
the
that's
single
fine.
boost, you can't do yourself.
Okay. Well, since I gave somebody a single boost, maybe I'll head and take another.
Success.
So
And
one
you
of
can also
those
heal
goes
your
to.
wounds.
I can also heal 3 wounds.
Yes.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. So that actually puts me. Okay. Well, still would be smarter for me just to use my stim pack anyway. I'm not going to roll 5. All right. So yeah, I go down to 0 wounds. Nice.
Okay,
And
and then
pick up your stim pack on your gear and equipment spot.
I figured just since we were about to go to sleep,
Oh, yeah,
go
sure.
away anyway.
That's fine.
All right.
Alright, I'll pay 20 more credits to, for a room for us for the night.
And so you guys have lodging. Let's turn it to daytime.
Okay, and then
Resilience.
there's no difficulty on that. It's right. It's just resilience.
If it's just feeling wounds, yeah, just resilience.
Okay, and I get 1 boost from his last thing.
Yes.
Okay. And then can I use like the 2 boosts that are left in the pool?
I think you should let Chi'ya use
yeah.
one of those.
So, I think
Because
there's...
Chi'ya just added 2 to the pool, so probably let her use some of those. Unless she's like fully healed up now.
I don't know.
I think the stim pack brought her to 0, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll with 3 boosts. What the shit?
Dude, you suck.
Well, you have to strain.
Okay.
We did say that you got light side destiny points that you want to reroll.
Yeah, I mean, there's only 17 minutes left, so.
Yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and flip 1.
There you go.
Okay.
So you get those 2 boosts back, and you heal 3.
Yep. Okay.
All right, let's go talk to our nice friend. Well, let's go let you talk to our nice friend.
I'll thank the doctor on the way out. Toss him the room key.
Over the night, a new physician came in, and they'll accept it.
Okay.
That is not how it was. I used to always be that doctor.
Yeah, for all the other days you were here, there was just Dr. Kuda over and over again.
Okay. Don't suppose I can... Nah, never mind.
Okay.
I think this map in particular shows that Foundry is an upgrade from the virtual tabletop.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Okay, so what was this guy's name again?
Besru.
Besru.
And he has an enforcer who's a hefty Twi'lek named Ram 2 Axes.
Okay, I'll kind of shift my gear around to look a little more imposing and put together than maybe we did previously when we were here. And then I will go ahead and open the door.
When you open the door, it appears that Besru is getting berated by a woman in the room, telling him that he owes too much credits, that they can't extend his loans whatsoever, and in fact, it's impressive that he's managed to get this far, floating so many debts at the same time. Maybe she needs to bring this to the Vigos. Maybe you guys want to make an underworld check against 2 difficulty?
Yeah.
Chi'ya and Nier have heard this terminology before. She's clearly a member of the Black Sun. That's a criminal syndicate.
Okay. And then can I just add one more boost to the pool?
Yeah, so you, with all, I assume that Nier and Theros are both doing that. So you guys are back to 6 boosts.
Okay.
Are you listening in on the conversation, or are you going to try to rescue Besru?
I'm just gonna kind of lean up against the wall while this continues, if anybody else wants to do anything.
I'll kind of do the same.
Is Chi'ya staying outside?
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, she continues to explain. So she says that Besru is going to have 1 month to cut the debt in half. Otherwise, they're going to reclaim everything he's used their funds to purchase. And probably it's like a straight 15 minutes of him begging, please give me some more time. I just need some more time. And then she's going to walk out, looking you guys up and down. It's going to roll for her real fast.
I'm also going to look her up and down as she does that to me. But obviously so.
So you upgrade her difficulty to recognize, right?
Yes. I think it adds like yeah. So if it was like a average, it goes into a hard to daunting to...
I think upgrade turns her difficulty into a challenge. Or is it increase or upgrade? What's the word?
I think it's increase. Let's see here. Talents. Reason that talent's not in here. But I believe it is... oh, upgrade. It says upgrade. Upgrade the difficulty of the check.
Yeah. So I'm going to spend a dark side point to upgrade her attempt by 1.
Okay.
Thera seems to catch a glimmer of recognition cross her face as she walks away.
Nier's gonna just like whisper into his comlink and just say, Chi'ya, woman exiting the building. Just keep an eye on her.
Okay.
Lay low.
She goes straight into the cantina across the street.
Okay, I'll let them know that.
Okay.
And then Besru, he lets out a long, and then he sees you guys. Says, Nier, and is that Theros?
Yeah.
It's me. How's it going, Besru? Sounds like you might have had better days.
Oh, business. Business is actually doing pretty well, but maybe I bit off a bit more than I can chew.
Was that Black Sun you were dealing with?
He'll take a step back and he'll lie to your face and say, "Oh no, that's just a business associate."
I just gotta look at him and be like, Besru, you know what we do. I recognize Black Sun when I see it. I'm not judging you. I'm just trying to make sure you're all right.
Oh, my friend. I've been trying to build up this reputation, and maybe it got a little bit bigger than I thought.
Well, you're quite easy to remember, my friend.
Sometimes there are consequences for success. So, are you here to do business for me?
Well, possibly. Got a potential business opportunity for you. Just I'm curious. I heard you like owed them something. How much do you owe them, man?
Let's not worry about that. Tell me your opportunity.
Okay. Well, I know Rom over here's got your back, but if you ever need some help, don't be afraid to ask. But anyway.
I do need some people to protect my tourism business.
Yeah, so actually I had an opportunity based on that. Actually, we found this party of tourists, big corporate types that came from off planet, and they had some business in Cryoport, and now they're wanting to just go collectively and see the sights. So we automatically thought of you, being our man in tourism. And there are options in Cryoport, but they're looking for a good deal. So I talked to them, and we were able to get 1,000 credits as a down payment.
Because you said the magic word, he doesn't even try to detect whether you're lying to him or not. He's like, "Oh, please, slide that right into my hand. Who needs to go where? I will take them as far as Dustbrook with that kind of money."
As far as Duskbrook, what's
it's like probably like a 5 days piloting south of here. That's on the bottom part of the Glacial Ocean. It's the other big city that's not Cryoport.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're trying to go quite that far. But hey, we don't have to tell them that. Credits is credits. Am I right?
You are right indeed.
So yeah, how's this work? I can get. I don't have the 1,000 credits in my hand at this exact second, but I can have it to you here in just a second. But how is this gonna work? Are you just gonna give us the keys to the skiff and we'll go handle it, bring it back to you?
Rom takes a moment to walk away and slams the door behind Theros, and then he'll walk back to you, and Besru will say, well, typically I would send you with my friend Rom here. You go pick up the skiff, and then that's it. You all go merry crew.
Okay. Sounds pretty straightforward.
Is it Chi'ya who has the credits?
I think.
Nier's gonna look and just be like, is there a reason for the door slam there, my friend?
Theros is going to walk by Chi'ya and go, can I borrow 25 credits real quick?
Your friend Theros, he appears to have not closed the door, and he was letting the hot sun into my business.
There's a good
fair
reason
enough.
for this
It
25
is hot as hell outside.
Okay, sure.
So yes, once you give me that cred stick, that stack of cash, I'll be happy to tell Rom to take you there.
Okay. Can I ask kind of where it is? Is it in town? Is it...
It's in Cryoport. That's where most of the business starts.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. Okay. Then, yeah, give me just a minute, and I will go get those credits for you. I'll be right back.
I do, after Chi'ya hands me the 25 credits, I do walk into the bar just to see if I can see that Black Suns person, if they're anywhere in there.
Okay.
It has been a little while, and they don't appear to be in the main room. Do you try to ask about them, or
Yeah, I probably tried to follow, not like directly behind them, but I was probably trying to be fairly quick about getting in there.
You did take time to ask Chi'ya for some credits, things like that?
Yes. So, like,
And
like I said, I wasn't, like, right behind her. I probably waited, like, 30, 45 seconds before I walked out and then talked to Chi'ya.
And in that time, she is no longer in the main room.
Okay. Like, did you just see, a peculiar-looking woman just walk in here? I asked the bar person.
The bartender. She grins and says, "You must be talking about Bethany."
I mean, that's a name that looks like it matches her.
Yeah, she is part of the proprietor's business for this cantina. She's in the back. I can't really get her for you. I work for her. She doesn't work for me, but I can send her a message if you want.
Oh, I was just hoping to buy her a drink, but that's fine. Like,
She chuckles and says, "Where did you find credits?"
and I'm gonna like lean in. I'm gonna lean in, like, real close. Like, honestly, I had to, friend. I figured she was worth a little bit of embarrassment.
Should I tell her that Theros was looking for her?
No, it's fine. And I'll just like look all dejected. I'll be like, maybe I'll run into her again whenever, pockets are lined with my own credits again.
I hope you end up lining them with something better than ice.
Yeah. Anyway, it was good to see you again, even though you didn't remember me. And I walk back over and I hand Chi'ya back her 25 credits.
She just, okay.
And Nier comes walking out back to the group. He's like, we may have fucked up.
Why?
Well, we said we were going to give 1,000 down, and then we bought a bunch of medical supplies that we desperately needed. And now I don't think we have 1,000 credits on us.
I think you took 1,000 from the group, and then Chi'ya had some of her own money.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys were supposed to cover the rest if he didn't accept the 1,000.
Oh, okay. Glad I misunderstood then. Then I'll take the 1,000 and walk back in the door.
So I think the 1,000 is still untouched. Like it's just like on the cred stick. I think is usually how it usually is.
Sounds good. Then yeah, I'll walk back in with the credit stick and I'll walk over to Besru and I'll be like, here it is, my friend.
And he'll slide over to his console over here. He'll authenticate it, and then he beams you with a large grin and says, "It looks like we're in business. Rom, go grab the speeder. You're gonna take a trip to Cryoport, and then where are your tourists?"
They're staying in a hotel, but I have their communication information. So whenever we're getting close and ready, we'll reach out and arrange a meeting spot.
Excellent. Well, Rom's ready when you are, and he'll just walk outside.
Is he not a big talker? I don't think I've heard him say a word.
That is in fact true. But he does close the door behind him.
Then he pulls out a lightsaber and attacks you, Near.
All right, sir. Well, pleasure doing business. We'll see you when we get back. I'll walk out and I'll be like, well, everybody, looks like we're heading back to Cryoport. Rom here's gonna escort us to the skiff, and then we'll meet back with our clientele and get them on the road.
Okay.
Does Rom have like a speeder or?
He does. I'm forgetting what type of. Let's see if I can find it real fast. He has a sled, so he could have carried all of you guys with him, but he's willing to just take his own repulsor sled, and one of you guys, if you two want to take your bikes over.
I'll ride with Rom. That way you guys can be unhindered on the bikes.
Mm-hmm.
It'd actually probably be better for her to ride with Ron, because then if we get attacked, she has a giant Gatling gun, and me and you have our tiny little blasters.
Okay.
That's not a bad idea.
Okay.
And I think it's the end of the session. Did everyone have a good time?
Yeah.
Honestly, I really enjoyed the cliff part. I thought that was really that was fantastic.
That was a true to course, I think.
Yeah.
I'm upset.
I'm just so thoroughly amused by it. Just like that was worth a speeder.
I hope so. I'd like to give everybody -2 conflict for a nice role play with the rebels. Everybody go ahead, roll the d10 plus 2.
Man, 6 is the lowest I've rolled this entire time.
It brings you very close to being the first level of a light side paragon.
Yeah. Alright, 8.
And cheers back to 54.
69.
Nice.
And get rid of my critical injury. Away with
Did you update it for near Harrison?
Yeah, I just did.
Alright, so you're 58. 10 experience.
Nice.
Any stars or wishes? I think the roleplay was really strong this session. So thank you guys for engaging with those little plots. Did I do an adequate job with Azl?
Yes. Thank you.
Good. I'm glad I could incorporate that personal plot.
I am curious as to how we're gonna go about dealing with this changeover, but excited to see how that plays out.
Yeah, that'll be on Thursday. Looks like we're doing 7 p.m. your time.
That should be good, I think. Mira, that's still good with you?
Let me double check, make sure we don't have anything. The 14th?
believe so.
I
Yes.
believe so. Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, it should be fine.
Cool. Well, I will do the transition and then we'll say goodbye.
Mm.
Okay. And can I talk to you for 2 seconds?
Yeah,
before we
absolutely.
Shut everything down.